The Christchurch Murder, a screenplay by Angela Carter.
A grey, blustery day in the lovely wilds of Victoria Park in the Kashmir Hills on the outskirts of the city of Christchurch, New Zealand. A tin sign for Kia orange squash swings outside a little rustic-style tea room. The door stands ajar. Trees grow all around. To the left, a path leads uphill through the trees. In front of the tea room, a metalled road. The thwack of the axe, the birdsong, the forlorn look of the place, all produce an intense sense of disquiet. In the tea room, close up on a white plate, holding a half-eaten scone smeared with raspberry jam. The chairs are pushed untidily back. On the walls, a calendar for 1953, an advertisement for ice cream, a faded clipping of the young queen in coronation robes. A pay telephone stands beside the half-open door. The proprietor of the tea room, Mrs. Graham, middle-aged, cleans the table. Grubby apron, carpet slippers, she stacks cups and plates and returns to the counter where a glass bell covers curling sandwiches. Through the window, among the trees, a huge, wild-looking man in a plaid shirt with a big beard raises an axe. The camera takes in a sweeping panorama. Mountains, wide green plain, the city of Christchurch at the foot of the hillside down which, in the distance, two girls come running. Nerissa Locke's long blonde hair blows out romantically in the wind. She is 15, strikingly good-looking in a fine-boned English way.
It's for the best.
Lena Ball, 14, is smaller, darker. Although at other times in this film she walks with a pronounced limp, here she does not limp. Both move with fluid grace, unhindered by the maroon gym slips of the old-fashioned kind, pleated from a high yoke sashed, and their school blazers. They look wild, ecstatic, beautiful, free, as they run down the hill. A section of the path in a high, lonely place. Vast view of the surrounding hills. On the path lies a set of dentures. Just off the path, there is a bush. From behind the bush protrudes a leg. A leg in a lisle stocking and a sensible shoe, just the one leg. Then, as if the roots of the bush begin to bleed, blood starts, first to seep, then to drip, then to pour from beneath the bush, forming channels and runnels that finally come together in such a way that they flood the frame. The two girls catch sight of the roof of the tea room. They halt, breathless, changing before our eyes from free spirits into ordinary schoolgirls. Ordinary until we realize their maroon gym slips are covered with fresh blood, which, from a distance, did not show up in their dark red uniforms. They turn to one another. They reach out their blood-stained hands to one another. Hand in hand, they walk decorously on.
It's for the best. It's for us.
Lena sees the blood on her friend's hand, then on her own. An expression of consternation crosses her face. She looks baffled, pained. Nerissa hugs her. The tea room. Mrs. Graham, washing up completed, shuffles about tidying the chairs at the table. Mrs. Graham's point of view is somewhat foreshortened so that they look huge. Nerissa and Lena stand in the doorway, drenched in blood.
What is it? What's happened? It's my mother. She's had a fall. She hurt her head. Ollie!
Come on in.
Ollie! We couldn't make her get up.
What?
Mrs. Ball's had a bit of an accident. Just hop up the hill.
She's cracked her head wide open. She's dead, I'm sure of it.
Please send for an ambulance.
Sounds like you need a hearse.
Ollie!
Please call the university. Ask my father to come and take us home.
Want me to ring your daddy, Lena?
I want to wash my hands. Got a hanky?
Here, I'll do it.
Let me.
There, see? All gone.
As they wash, blood turns the water pink.
Girls?
Is my daddy coming?
Not the professor. The professor, isn't it? Not the professor, the, other gentleman. Lena, shall I phone your dad now?
Shock, you know.
The ambulance and the police car have arrived at the same time. There is a mild panic. 2 uniformed ambulance men jump out of one, 2 detectives out of the other, as Ollie comes down the path at a stumbling run.
Hey,
Hey,
what does she look like?
Struth!
There are 2 detectives in the tea room. One is talking to Ollie, the other sits with Mrs. Graham, eyeing the girl thoughtfully as she talks. Nerissa keeps a protective arm around Lena.
Well, Mrs. Ball, you know, Ball the fishmonger. Anyway, Mrs. Ball's this one's mother. This is Lena Ball. Known her since she was so high. But the other one's the professor's daughter. Rock or Lock, something like that. They all came and had tea. Well, Mrs. Ball had tea, the girls had squash. Didn't fancy anything to eat. Mrs. Ball didn't finish her scone, but they were happy and laughing. And then they said they were going off for a walk. And I said, oh, isn't it a bit chilly? But Mrs. Ball said she'd promised the girls. So...
Girls, do you feel up to taking us back there?
No.
Dougie Quinn parks his suave convertible with teak dashboard and red leather upholstery beside the police car. Quinn matches his car. Moustache, tweeds.
Damn.
The Ball girl's in shock. Got a rug?
In the boot. Get it yourself.
Quinn goes into the tea room. The ambulance men have fetched a stretcher from the ambulance. They start off up the path. The convertible speeds along the straight road that leads from the Cashmere Hills into Christchurch. Lena, in the back seat, wrapped in a tartan travelling rug, stares blankly out of the window. Nerissa, squashed beside her, is high with nerves, excitement, anticlimax.
She fell and she said, oh, and rolled a little way and... would you believe it? Her denture fell out.
Stow it, Nerissa.
Well, she hit her head, you see, and that was what dislodged the denture.
Stow it! 200 years ago, they'd have burned you both for witches.
She sticks out her tongue at him,
Christ.
making a grotesque face, knowing he can see her in the mirror. Lena lolls sideways. She has lost consciousness. An old-fashioned fish shop. Decorated tiles, sawdust on the floor, a marble slab, glass cashier's booth. Len Ball, Lena's father, a big, soft, unassuming man in white apron and straw boater, fillets a large fish. He puts down his knife and goes to answer the phone, wiping his hands on his apron.
What? What's that?
Locke family house, a huge wooden colonial structure with a big veranda and lots of gingerbread, looms out of its lush garden like the witch's house in Hansel and Gretel. Dusk is approaching. Nerissa leaps out of the car and dashes up the steps as her mother opens the door. Mary Locke is a cool, elegant woman, making the most of her last years of youth. Heels high, seams straight.
Nerissa?
Quinn lifts Lena out of the back of the car.
This one's passed out.
Nerissa, you're covered with white stuff came out with red stuff. What a mess.
The ball woman copped it.
What?
Could have been you, Mary. Nerissa, come here.
The sitting room. Quinn dumps Lena on the sofa, goes to draw the curtains. Mary takes a cigarette from the silver box. She and Quinn have been waiting for something terrible to happen. Now it has. She is almost relieved.
Yes.
Strip off.
What? Do as he says.
Mary starts to strip Lena. Quinn gathers the clothes into the rug.
Wait. My socks.
In her vest and knickers, she looks very young.
Bed. Scoot.
Quinn pokes his bundle into the twin tub and pours soap flakes on top.
Murderous little bitches.
He examines the rug in which he'd wrapped Lena.
Got an incinerator for that little number.
In the kitchen, Mary crumbles tablets into 2 mugs of hot chocolate.
Sleeping tablets. Anything to get Rissa to pipe down. White stuff came out with the red stuff. Christ!
Where's Colin?
Sherry with the bishop. Oh, God. We should never have let Nerissa go on that damn trip. One last time, please, Mummy. Christ. I was talking to Lena's mother just last week. She was a thoroughly decent woman. Poor cow. Oh, Christ. That other hussy led her on, didn't she, Dougie? Didn't she? Didn't she?
In a hospital cubicle, a sheeted figure lies. Mr. Ball, clumsy with surprise, approaches the bed.
Mum?
A nurse pulls back the sheet. Close up, Mr. Ball. We see the condition of the ruined head from Mr. Ball's reaction to it. He shakes his head, as if shaking away flies.
Mum?
Dad?
Jean Ball, his elder daughter, comes up behind him and takes his arm. She hugs him. He turns to her blindly. Nerissa's room is lush. A dressing table boasts a heart-shaped mirror and tulle skirts. Signed glossies of movie stars cover the walls. A plant stand in front of a picture of James Mason holds a candle, lit and burning, a jam jar full of wild flowers. There is a big travel poster for Los Angeles, a constellation of pictures of Orson Welles as Harry Lime in The Third Man, cut out of newspapers and magazines, is pinned round the head of an oversized bed. In spite of the pretty things, the general feeling in the room isn't quite right. As if the idea of a young girl's room taken to parodic excess.
Nothing can part us now.
Under a pink satin eiderdown, Nerissa sits up in bed with the mug of hot chocolate on the night table beside her, painting her fingernails. Revlon, love that pink. Travel brochures litter the eiderdown. In the hollow between her raised knees, there is a rustling pile of banknotes, a mound of coins.
Nothing.
Lena lies in bed beside Nerissa, staring vacantly into space. Her untouched mug gathers skin on the floor beside the bed. The sleeping tablets have had no effect on Nerissa. She spreads out her left hand to dry the nails.
We are bound together forever.
Early morning, a police car glides to a halt in front of the house. Nerissa peers out.
They're here. We must stick to the script, whatever happens. Wake up.
What? What's the matter? Mum? Mum? Oh.
A fine spring morning, 5 months earlier.
Oh.
Lena? You don't want to be late first day back.
Lena and Jean's bedroom. Jean's bed is already empty.
I was dreaming.
Huh?
I was dreaming I could dance.
Jean Ball, 18, crisp and neat, is on her way to work.
Bye, Mum. Bye, love.
Lena follows her slowly, in blazer and hat, bumping the bike down to the road. Her limp is very pronounced. Mrs. Ball comes out onto the porch and waves with a faint, sad smile.
Bye then.
Lena rides through the town on her way to school. She enters a busy street passing her father's shop. The door is wide open. Just before she reaches it, her father, no more than a vague figure in white, opens the door and empties a pail of ice and water into the street. Water flies through the air, separating out into shining drops, crystals of ice, and a hail of tiny silver fish. Lena rides through a puddle, crunching ice and dying fish beneath her wheels. Lena crosses the river, nearing school. Uniformed girls pour in through the wrought-iron gates as Lena rides up to them. Captain Quinn's glamorous convertible forces Lena onto the pavement. She glares at the car. Nerissa climbs out gracefully. She wears her new uniform with an air. No satchel, but a grown-up briefcase. She bends down to the driver.
Come on.
Quinn, sullen, anxious to be off, reluctantly puts a half-crown coin in her outstretched hand.
Thank you.
Girls stare after the car. The crowd parts to let Nerissa through. A swan among geese.
Was that your father? No. Just a man we're thinking of buying a car from.
Long rows of coat racks and shoe lockers. Nerissa sits composedly, changing out her laced Oxfords into soft-strapped Mary Janes. Her hair and English complexion shine in the murk of the cloakroom. Miss Johnson rushes up.
Nerissa Locke, isn't it? Welcome to the girls' grammar. Thank you. I say, you're here, dear.
What's wrong with my hair?
We usually wear long hair in plaits.
I don't.
The girls stand in rows. Through one of the high windows, a shaft of light falls on Nerissa's hair. Lena stands behind her, watching the play of light. Lena reaches out and touches Nerissa's hair. Nerissa jumps, as though a charge of electricity has passed from Lena to her. She turns. Their eyes meet.
I saw pale kings and princes too, pale warriors, death pale were they all, who cried, La belle dame sans merci hath thee in thrall.
The girls sit over open books. Nerissa reads aloud.
I saw their starved lips in the gloam, with horrid warning gaped wide, and I awoke and found me here on the cold hillside.
Lena gazes at Nerissa, as if bewitched.
And this is why I sojourn here, alone and palely loitering, though the sedge is withered from the lake, and no birds sing.
Nerissa catches Lena's eye, a gaze of burning intensity, fumbles for her chair and sits down suddenly.
That was lovely, Nerissa. And so it should be. Girls, Nerissa's father is the new professor of English literature at the university. She has poetry as her heritage. And she has arrived here from England only just this last month, so it's up to us to make her feel at home.
Girls' drills, 2 lines please.
Break time. Netball practice. Nerissa watches idly through the wire mesh. The other girls make no attempt to approach her. She is far too intimidating. Lena stumps across on the other side of the wire netting. Nerissa watches her curiously. Lena stumps back. Nerissa watches. Sure she has captured the other girl's attention, Lena stops.
You've got a funny name. Shakespeare. The Merchant of Venice.
If you could teach me to talk like you, I'd give you anything you want.
I make a lot of demands on my friends. Not many people are strong enough.
I'm tough. I can take it. You've got hair like a film star. Like Deborah Carr, but with more sensuality.
I don't know. What about From Here to Eternity?
I set the program round, then set it round again.
Oh, don't you think Hollywood must be wonderful?
Lena and Jean's bedroom. Night. Jean, in a rayon slip, sits at the modest dressing table, putting her hair in curlers, vague and dreamy. Lena, in her flannelette pyjamas, sits up in the bed.
There's a new girl at school. She's got naturally curly long blonde hair. Not like yours.
Lucky little thing.
Her father's a professor at the university. She's got a lovely voice. She's going to give me elocution lessons.
Jean is too kind to laugh, but she raises her eyebrows. Under the stars of the southern hemisphere, the Lock's new home blazes with light, streaming from uncurtained windows. In his study, Colin Locke is unpacking and arranging his library. Colin Locke, tall, thin, balding, has come to Christchurch solely as a career move. Quinn pokes his head round the door.
Care to join us for a nightcap, old chap? Then I'll go and take care of Mary, shall I?
Yeah, you do that small thing.
The sitting room is still under wraps. Mary Locke is hanging one of her redoute rose prints. She wears a high-necked cardigan back to front. Quinn creeps up behind her and plucks at her buttons.
Now, ducky.
Nerissa's room is also not yet unpacked, but she is taking time off to indulge in her favourite pastime, dressing up. She wears one of her mother's straight black skirts and a cherry-red cardigan buttoned down the back, exactly what her mother is wearing. She leans towards the mirror, applying her mother's lipstick. She steps back. She looks exactly like her mother. She inserts one hand inside her cardigan, reaching up from below, and palpates her left breast. She addresses herself in the mirror.
Christ, Dougie, not in front of the kid.
Towards the back of a packed cinema, Lena and Larissa loll against one another, rapt. On the screen, Pandora and the Flying Dutchman, with James Mason and Ava Gardner. Larissa wears attractive Saturday clothes. Lena has on a skimpy cotton hand-me-down. They become aware of giggling from the row behind. Both glance over their shoulders. Lena recognizes Jean and her boyfriend Stan snogging. Lena cowers.
Excuse me. Some of us came here to watch the picture.
Stan and Jean, amazed, laugh, but desist. On the screen, the twined bodies of the two fated lovers are dragged out of the sea, united in death and eternity.
The measure of love is what one is willing to give up for it.
The girls cycle down a country road.
Do you believe that love is stronger than death? Mad love.
It depends who loves. It depends who dies.
I say, that's frightfully good.
I could worship that man. His quality of velvet menace.
Let's make a little shrine in my room and light candles to him. That was your sister, wasn't it?
Yes, with Stan. He works in the same office. I wouldn't die for Stan. It's funny what some people will settle for. I want so much. I want so much.
I'll tell you how we'll get our start in the movies. You go to the Mason's home and offer to babysit for Portland.
And how do we find the house?
Send for one of those maps of Hollywood that shows you where the stars live. And there's a box number and photoplay.
Once ensconced in the house, we could use our contacts to infiltrate the film industry. You'll soon get a job modelling or acting or something like that. You're quite pretty enough.
Oh, what about you?
I'll direct. Direct, write, produce. You'll be my star.
The sitting room. Mary sits in the dark. She has slipped into a silk kimono. She paces, smoking.
Dougie? Is that you?
What are you doing, sitting in the dark?
Why shouldn't I? If I want to.
Can I bring my friend home next Saturday?
Friend? What friend? You don't make friends, you're famous for it. Every time they kick you out of another school, they always make the point, she finds it difficult to find friends who meet our high standards.
Lena Ball.
Lena Ball?
Her father runs that fish shop.
What fish shop?
Where you got the crayfish.
What, that big fat man? Is his daughter at the girls' grammar?
She's nice.
Christ, what an egalitarian place New Zealand is.
A white van. It has L.W. Ball, fresh fish, written on the side. Lena, Jean, Mr. and Mrs. Ball are crammed into the cabin. Mr. Ball, in Sunday suit and hat, the clothes he will wear to visit his wife's body in hospital, drives. Mrs. Ball, in cloth coat and felt hat, the clothes she will wear to be murdered, sits beside him. He pats her thigh.
You all right?
She gives him a small secret smile. Radiant with anticipation, she looks quite lovely. Lena, school blazer, hunched over hand-me-down dress, is sullen.
Mummy! Mummy!
Bobs, the youngest child, a Down syndrome 8-year-old, lives in a handsome colonial building surrounded by well-cared-for gardens. There is no sense of a madhouse or prison. All is comfort and kindness. The whole sequence of the Sunday visits to Bob's is done in warm, glowing colours.
Mummy, Daddy!
A small boy dashes down the nursing home steps into the arms of Mrs. Ball, who runs to meet him. She picks him up and hugs him. His father picks him up and swings him round.
Hello,
Jean comes up to kiss him.
Little Bobs!
Lena stays in the van, miserable. A kind-faced nurse appears on the steps to wave them off. We see them from Lena's point of view as they dawdle back to the van.
Hey, come on, Bobs. Picnic.
Thank you so much.
Yay!
The party is quite complete without her. Lena sits with her arms around her knees among the debris of the picnic, watching the others attempt an improvised game of rounders.
Almost one-handed.
Run!
The ball!
Get Bobs!
Yeah.
Lena, hug.
Go away, I can't play rounders with you. I've got a bad leg.
Lena.
He hugs her. Reluctantly, she cuddles him back,
Bobs.
then kisses his cheek.
Your turn, Bobs.
She can't resist.
Coming.
Lena looks longingly after the little boy and the game she can't play. Mr. and Mrs. Ball stand at the top of the steps. Mr. Ball with the blissfully sleeping Bobs in his arms.
Good day, Mother?
Lovely.
Here you all are.
Oh, there you go, sister. Oh.
See you soon, Bobs.
The Balls' living room. A table, chairs, a sideboard. On the sideboard, photographs of Jean and Lena as children, and one in a silver frame of Mrs. Ball with Bobs as a baby on her knee. There is no wedding photograph.
Lena, get out the cups.
Lena goes to the sideboard, gets out a stack of cups and saucers. She takes them to the table. Then, deliberately, she picks up a teacup.
Stop that!
Lena picks up another cup.
Put that down and sweep up.
As if doing her mother a great favour, Lena puts the cup down again. She turns back to the sideboard and picks up the photograph of Mrs. Ball and Bobs.
Lena.
She gives her mother a bright, artificial smile. She raises the photograph above her head, as if she were about to smash that too.
Lena!
Jean comes in from the passage at a run.
Calm down, Lena.
She treats Lena warily, as one would a wild animal.
Be a good girl.
She catches Lena off guard, snatches away the photograph,
Hey! That's it.
and gives it to her mother.
Oh, Lena.
Lena covers her face with her hands and runs from the room. Mr. and Mrs. Ball's bedroom. Mr. and Mrs. Ball lie in the light from a street lamp that seeps in through the drawn blind.
Mother?
Mr. Ball, in striped pyjamas, tries to take her into his arms.
No.
She pushes him away, sadly.
It makes my heart turn over.
She's not a happy girl.
I wish I could make her happy. Oh, good. Okay, girls, ready?
Girls in maroon knickers play netball, supervised by Miss Ferguson. Lena and Nerissa lounge by the wire netting of the fence, fully dressed.
I'm glad you told me about him, Lena. You mustn't be ashamed.
He's the dark secret of the Ball family. Mum must have done something dreadful to be saddled with him.
Nerissa watches the girls on the court leap and run.
How did you get your limp?
Polio.
Oh, poor thing.
I was in hospital a year. I was 6. I was in an iron lung at first. They thought I'd never walk again.
You might have spent the rest of your life in a wheelchair.
I learned to walk again. It was a struggle. At least it gets me off all of that.
I mix loose games because of TB.
What Keats died of?
I got better, but then I still might die of it. I have to have a checkup every 6 months. I'm always scared my lungs will flare up and I'll have to go back to a sanatorium again.
My family never came. I lay and watched a patch of sunlight. A little patch. It moved along the wall. I was all alone. For a year.
They sent me to Switzerland. I was the youngest person in the sanatorium. I was 10. Switzerland was much too far away for them to come and visit, so they never came.
We've got rotten parents. They don't deserve lovely, clever daughters like us.
I make them pay. I say, strangers on a train at the Roxy this week.
I like that bit where you saw the murder reflected in her sunglasses. That was original. I wish I'd thought of that.
Hot chocolate, not boring old tea. Cut some bread for toast. This is good. Gentleman's relish. It's Quinn the Thing's favourite. He's stocked the larder with it, enough for years, although he says he's looking for a place of his own.
Roger the lodger.
Well, Daddy came out by himself, first of all, to check things were all right. Then Mummy and me were shipped out later with the furniture. There was Quinn at the captain's table on his way to sell rovers. Ex-RAF, you know, officer class.
What did the band play?
Slow foxtrot.
They dance.
I'm in heaven.
Lena's limp does not manifest itself.
Shipboard romance. The time, the opportunity, the moonlight on the after deck. Her dress slithers to the ground.
Nerissa bends backwards. Lena supports her. Nerissa's bedroom, night. Candles on the dressing table illuminate the mirror from which Lena's face looks back at herself, astonished.
There.
Made up, Lena looks much older. Even more secret, even more of a witch, but a desperately sexy witch.
It does make a difference.
You should see my mother without her face on. She looks all washed out. She won't let me wear makeup until I'm 16, mean pig. If you want to go around looking like a tart.
The girls are finishing off their shrine to James Mason. Nerissa puts a handful of garden flowers arranged in a jam jar reverently down on the plant stand. They kneel. They close their eyes.
What are you praying for?
To wake up tomorrow and be Deborah Carr instead of just looking like her. I would be less bored in Hollywood.
Let's go then.
Have you got a passport?
How do you get one?
You need your birth certificate, I think.
The candles have burnt low. Lena stands with her hands clasped behind her back.
Oh, what can ail thee, knight at arms?
Round vowels, Miss Ball. Round O's. O, O, O.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, oh, oh.
The girls prance around the room like gigantic birds. The candles do strange things with their dancing shadows.
Oh, oh. Thanks. Thanks so much.
Pleasure. Don't forget the passport.
Coming, Dad.
You got your own tea? Where'd the parents gone?
They bought a little summer place out at Port Levy. They'd gone to get it into shape. Nerissa says I can go and stay with her out there.
You better get that stuff off your face before your mother sees you.
Lena crouches in front of her parents' chest of drawers, rapidly going through its contents. She brings out an old shoebox from the bottom drawer, spills the contents on the bed, and hastily riffles through it. She finds what she's looking for. Her birth certificate.
Yes.
She gives it a quick look, then looks again. The birth certificate gives her mother's name as Jones and specifies that she is unmarried.
Hold on.
The father's name is there, but the birth certificate shows that Lena's parents never married.
Oh.
She pockets her birth certificate, puts the shoebox back in the chest of drawers, makes sure everything is as she found it.
Lena, what are you up to?
I was looking for my birth certificate. I found it, Mum. It makes for interesting reading.
Oh. Jean knows. I was going to tell you when you were a bit older. We never did anything wrong.
All the same, I'm a bastard as well as a cripple.
Your father got married when he was overseas in the forces, when he was Jean's age. She's a Catholic, she won't divorce, and she's on the other side of the world. Oh, what difference does it make?
Every time I do anything official, apply for a passport, something like that, everyone will know what my mother did. That she was... Oh!
Lena can't believe it. She touches her ear, looks aghast at her mother, and runs from the room.
Oh.
Terribly upset, Mrs. Ball leans on the kitchen table, trying to recover herself.
Mum? What? I'm bleeding. You made me bleed when you hit me. It's all your fault.
Look over your shoulder.
Mary Locke, swathed in lilac towels, smokes whilst a girl in a lilac overall piles up her hair in a complicated coiffure.
Lucky we could fit you in, Mrs. Locke. The afternoon of the Armed Services Ball is our busiest time.
Any chance of a manicure?
Nerissa's room. The girls sit on the floor in Saturday clothes.
Didn't she ever tell you? I've had mine for ages. Now you can have babies. There's this rubber thing. If you don't want to have babies, you put it up inside you.
How horrible.
Mummy's got one.
Mary Locke's bedroom. Day. Crystal bottles on the dressing table. A sense of class.
Oh, look at that.
The open wardrobe reveals a classic early 50s ball dress in ivory satin and chiffon on a hanger.
Lovely.
High-heeled silver sandals stand ready, flimsy stockings and suspender belt.
She loves to dance. When she's going to a party, she comes in to say goodnight in her party frock. The skirts go swish. She smells lovely. She bends down to kiss me. Her earrings brush my cheek.
My mother never goes out in the evenings at all. She keeps herself to herself.
Lena opens the top drawer of the dressing table and tosses a foamy pile of lingerie into the air.
You never catch her in darts, niggers. Even if she has dropped 3 bastards.
From underneath the lingerie, Nerissa extracts a plastic case.
Nobody told Miss Jones about this little contraption.
She opens the case and picks out her mother's diaphragm.
However do you get it all inside you?
I don't know. Let's dress up.
They ransack the drawers and wardrobe with increasing excitement, riffling through blouses, suspender belts, bras, hats.
Look at this.
Nerissa chooses a taffeta skirt with an off-the-shoulder blouse pulled well down.
Oh, yes.
Mesh stockings, high-heeled sandals. Lena puts on a tight black polo neck sweater and the straight black skirt we have seen Mary wearing. Lena looks at herself doubtfully in the mirror.
Come here.
She wields a big pair of scissors.
What? No!
She snips the right seam as far as the thigh.
Nerissa, won't your mother be angry?
She wouldn't dare. Black beret. Ah, here.
Lena tries on the beret at an existential angle.
Ooh la la!
She really does look like the conventional image of a tart.
Hello.
Quinn, fresh home from the Rover showroom, comes into the kitchen to find the girls are getting their tea. He carries a leather chauffeur's cap. They are still in fancy dress and have made up their faces too.
Isn't that one of Mary's skirts, Lena?
Not now.
Well, mind you don't go out like that. Somebody might get the wrong idea.
And what idea might that be?
God, you're a spoiled brat, Nerissa. If you were my daughter...
Yes? Well, I'm not.
Let's go up, Deborah.
Let's.
Quinn watches them leave the room, sexually irritated by them. Then he tries on the leather chauffeur's cap, looking at the effect in the mirror over the sink. He tilts it rakishly.
Here, my dear.
The lock hall, night.
Thank you.
Lena and Nerissa watch through the banisters of the upstairs landing as Colin helps Mary into a fur wrap.
Very nice. Lovely.
We see the beautiful couple from Lena and Nerissa's point of view.
So sweet of you, darling.
Colin is smart in evening dress.
Not at all.
Mary, superbly elegant and icily beautiful in the ball dress, turns like a model to show off her best points. The girls stare, hungry and wistful.
He's here.
Quinn, sporting a chauffeur's cap, salutes.
The measure is at your disposal, sir. Madam.
Dougie.
Very good.
You absolute clown.
Madam.
She never did. Never did what? Never came to kiss me goodnight. No rustling taffeta. No jolie madame. I was making it all up. I'm going to rip that rubber thing to pieces. Oh, God.
Nerissa.
I'm not well.
There now, you'll be all right.
I'm so glad you're staying here tonight.
Colin and Mary sit in the back like royalty. Christchurch glides by.
Like driving through Toy Town.
The pumpkin will pick you up at midnight, Cinders.
Lovely, Dougie. What a treat.
Right, I'll have to stay on well after that. Duty calls, you know.
Oh, Mr. Mayor.
You're perfectly limited. Plead a headache, piss off, whenever you please. Just don't make a scene. That's all.
The lock, upper landing. Night. Lena, in pyjamas, comes out of the bathroom. She hugs the wall as she sees pale shapes through the glass panels of the front door.
How would you like dancing with the Lord Mayor of Christchurch without any knickers on?
Oh, Dougie. Oh.
Lena, expressionless, pads away. Lena returns with Nerissa in her dressing gown. Nerissa looks pale. They watch through the banisters, intent as Quinn and Mary have sex against the wall downstairs. Nerissa's bedroom. Day. Nerissa looks ill, fretful, not smart, almost plain. She wears a Sunday tweed skirt, a clean blouse. Lena touches Nerissa's luggage labels lovingly.
What a shame I can't get a passport yet. Stupid bureaucracy. Or I could have whisked you off and out of their clutches, somewhere warm, and nursed you back to health.
Nerissa, the car's here.
Pass my jacket.
Yeah.
We haven't got all day, no.
Kiss me goodbye.
Goodbye.
Shyly, Lena kisses Nerissa on the cheek. Nerissa is shy too. Quinn waits in the convertible. Lena's bike is propped on the front porch.
Why isn't my daddy taking me to the sanatorium?
It's very kind of Dougie to give up an afternoon's work to take us.
Nerissa's face crumples.
I'll put the case in the boot.
Don't be theatrical, Nerissa. It's only for 3 months or so. Then you'll be fit as a fiddle. Oh, darling, the sooner we get you there, the sooner you'll start to get better.
Nerissa clutches Lena's hand.
Write to me. Write lots.
Get well soon.
All aboard?
Lena waves once. She doesn't cry again. Her face sets hard. Colin Locke's study. Mary confronts her husband across a crowded desk.
I'll send her grapes and face cream and buns and chockies and all the damn copies of photoplay her film-besotted little brain could absorb, but I positively and absolutely refuse to go and visit her. Not after what she's done.
She holds the plastic case that contains her diaphragm. The rubber has been ripped to pieces.
Well, why don't you go?
Why should I go? She isn't my daughter.
That's not true.
Don't let's argue again. The point is, we'll never know.
Nothing ever went right because of her.
At least protect my career. You owe me that.
My cash greased the wheels of your bloody career.
Guilt is a wonderful thing.
I am sorry it didn't work out here. Should never have come.
It wasn't working in Aberystwyth either, Mary.
No doubt the Nerissa problem will resolve itself in time. Well, thank God she found a little film fan to be friends with. I say, perhaps Lena and her mum might find it in their hearts to visit her.
That's a thought.
Interior. The sanatorium. Everything white. Nerissa lies in a white bed. Mrs. Ball, in her Sunday clothes, sits by the bed, Lena beside her. Mrs. Ball presents Nerissa with a bulky newspaper package.
And this is for you, dear. Thank you.
It's a glass jar of whitebait.
Oh, it's just what I always...
Nerissa.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
What's all this?
I'm so sorry.
Out you go, please.
Yes.
I'll deal with it.
Outside the ward door, Mrs. Ball stands with Lena.
If you don't let me stay with her, I'll scream and scream and scream.
Lena.
The nurse comes out, carrying a tin basin containing fragments of glass and fish.
Well meant, I'm sure.
Can I?
Well, she's over it now, so you can go in if you like.
If you don't let me stay, I'll tell them all you're nothing but Dad's prostitute.
Oh, Lena.
Get it all out.
All right.
Lena has pushed her chair as close to Nerissa's bed as possible. Glasses of milk stand disregarded beside them. Lena is removing a pile of foreign mail from the locker.
Auckland to San Francisco.
She shakes out an array of steamship brochures.
Wellington to Los Angeles.
How should we raise the fears?
On our backs.
The big and the beautiful. You're on your back in here, but you can't do it.
Oh, you must. Until I get better.
How?
Just go out and do it. You've got the perfect clothes.
Well, what about my leg?
And nobody will notice in the dark. Our mothers do it with men they're not married to. Both of them. We're just following an old family tradition.
Nurse, passing, looks in and smiles benignly.
Cheering up. That's a good girl.
You can always pretend it's James Mason.
Oh, yes.
Oh, do it. And write me a long account. It's a terrific experience for a writer.
She's not nervous. She slips in and out of the shadows as if at home in them. Quinn's convertible enters the square. She spots it at once. Quinn drives slowly, not quite curb-crawling. After a moment, Lena steps boldly forward, flaunting her outrageous get-up. Quinn sees her. They exchange a long look. She smiles and licks her lips, a gesture she has obviously copied from the movies. Quinn puts his foot down. Riverbank, night, icy moonlight. A man in work clothes has pushed Lena under the willows.
What's the matter? Christ alive! You should have told me it was your first time.
Aren't you going to give me any money?
He bolts down the road. Lena is left holding her hand out, beseechingly. The Ball's bedroom, night. Mr. and Mrs. Ball, asleep.
Oh, what on earth?
What?
Oh, it's all right, I'll go.
Lena has pulled off her clothes. There is dried blood on her legs and a few bruises. She tests the water.
Lena? Lena, what are you doing?
Lena scrubs herself obsessively.
Lena!
She looks at the door with hatred. The cathedral square, day. Lena looks very little, very lonely. She wanders past the cinemas. She sees posters and stills for The Third Man, Orson Welles' white face against a black background. She goes towards the box office.
I've fallen in love.
Ooh. The sanatorium. Nerissa sits up in bed. Lena sits beside her.
It won't affect business, will it? Better than James Mason, Deborah. A man called Harry Lime.
A doctor sticks his head round the door.
So,
Consults his clipboard.
Nerissa, feeling better? Good girl.
Outside the lockhouse, Quinn's convertible. The two girls sit in the back, pleased, almost overcome.
Careful bottles.
Righto.
Colin comes out to see them off, looking like an absent-minded dog.
I say, Quinn, awfully good of you to give the girls their treat. Pleasure.
Us and our little chaperone.
Drive on!
Have a lovely time.
The convertible swoops down a beautiful road beside the sea, roof down. Mary wears a headscarf and dark glasses. Nerissa has dark glasses too. Mary and Quinn sit on the porch of the Loch's seaside cottage. They sip gin and tonic. Bottles lie on a table between them. The house, a simple creeper-covered wooden building with a tin roof, close by the rocky shore. It is a ravishingly beautiful bay with only one or two cottages.
Thank you, darling.
Quinn gestures at the view.
Next stop, South Pole.
Bizarre.
End of the world.
I can't tell you how alien all this seems. Even the ocean isn't interested in us. I don't think it could be bothered to drown me if I fell in. Christ, I hate this ocean.
Yeah, you're urban to your pretty little fingertips, aren't you? Bond Street, Rue de la Paix. You're missing the bright lights.
I can tell you one thing. I like it out here in the sticks a whole lot better than back in that damn place with Colin bobbing and curtsying and currying favour with all the respectable citizens of Toy Town.
Mary, my firm wants me to transfer. South Africa. Joburg.
Joburg?
Imagine Paris minus the frogs. Soaked in sunshine. Wonderful nightclubs, wonderful bands. Cheap staff, plenty of it. We'll never have to wash our own stockings again.
Oh, Dougie.
She turns to him as if a miracle had occurred.
Oh!
As she does so, she knocks over her gin and tonic. Lena and Nerissa linger in the little country graveyard, in the lee of a tiny wooden church, looking at the stones.
Here's a girl who killed her mother.
What? Where?
Lena motions to a stone with her foot.
Childbirth, see?
Is that all? I thought you meant with an axe. Such as we might have to try one day if they get too much on top of us.
They wander out of the graveyard and go down the unpaved, rutted lane towards the sea.
I wish there was nobody alive in the whole world but us.
Happy?
Oh, yes.
The waves, very clear, very pure, wash in on the pebbles.
Another beach must be just like this. Can you swim?
I learned in Bermuda.
Let's swim out to sea. Let's swim to that yacht.
Lena, it's the Dutchman's yacht.
No, it's Harry Lyne's yacht. Wait till you meet him. Let's swim out to the yacht. Let's swim from here to eternity. Deep breath.
No costume.
No spectators.
She pulls her dress over her head, tosses it back on the beach. Nerissa follows suit. They duck, dip, swim. They are riotously happy. Deliriously so. In front of a spectacular sunset, Mary mops up spilled drink. Quinn sets down 2 fizzing, fresh glasses.
There we are.
The Nerissa problem.
Oh, she needs a firm hand.
Your hand.
Ship her off to a half-decent boarding school in Joburg where she can mix with her own kind.
Schools have been a problem in the past, Dougie.
They are rudely interrupted. Lena and Nerissa, in soaking underwear, arrive from the beach in an exalted condition. They are mad with happiness. They launch themselves on the 2 adults, Lena on Quinn, Nerissa on Mary. It's ambiguous, part playful, part the beginnings of genuine violence.
Enough!
The convertible comes to a halt outside the ball house. Quinn leans across and opens Mary's door.
Thank you.
Tell Mrs. Ball to give her daughter a good thrashing with a wet fish.
Oh, very hard.
Cinema, day. Lena and Nerissa in school uniform lean against one another in the cavernous depths of the almost deserted weekday afternoon cinema. On the big screen, the scene in The Third Man, on top of the big wheel in the Prater Gardens, Orson Welles and Joseph Cotton looking down at the crowds below.
Down there. Would you really feel any pity if one of those dots stopped moving forever?
The Ball living room.
Sugar? Thanks. We need to talk about our children. Milk? Mind if I smoke?
Nothing ever made her happy. Not even the breast.
Mary taps long ash off a cigarette. The 2 women sit. A deep sense of intimacy is building up between them, despite their differences.
And then there was Bob's. It was a high forceps delivery. I had a hemorrhage. I never could summon up much enthusiasm for the you-know-what after that. But Bob's, he's such a joy. I think they love you more.
Pretty bad time with Nerissa myself. The nurse stuffed a hanky in my mouth. Bite on that or you'll wake the whole bloody nursing home, she said. The cow. May she rot in hell. Here's your daughter, isn't she adorable? I could hardly bear to look at her. She looks so like her father. Fighter pilot. One of the few. One of the ones who didn't come back. Colin fought the war on his arse. Bravo, Colin. Always looking after number one.
Jane was old enough to understand about Bobs, but Lena never did. All she knew was she wasn't our baby anymore.
Have no care for Johnny Head in Air.
Tears run down, blurring her mascara.
When Lena got sick, they wouldn't let us visit. Hospital policy. They thought she'd never walk again. But she's only got the tiniest limp now, hasn't she? Hasn't she?
Oh, yes, of course. Nobody would notice.
When she came home after all that, she couldn't do a thing for herself. The two of them helpless. But one of them would never... So it was a wrench. I won't say what it costs. Nothing would be too much. They take such care. It broke my heart.
Of course the hell of it is. She might be Colin's kid after all. He wouldn't give up his blasted conjugal rights, would he? If only I could be sure.
Nerissa and Lena come out of the cinema.
Let's see it round again.
We've got to get home, remember? We're in a tight rein since you spilt Quinn's gin.
I really liked Harry Lyme. I did. I liked his sense of innate superiority. He makes sense. How's the running away fund?
Static.
Let's get back to work in earnest. I'll get to grips with Quinn. You...
Lena puts her finger to her lips with a mysterious smile. The ball living room, the ashtray is almost full.
They were laughing and shouting like mad things. I was afraid for them. Nerissa, just out of the sanatorium. I know it sounds silly, but I was even afraid for Dougie and me.
Oh, if she broke anything, I'll pay.
No, she didn't. Does she?
Sometimes.
Nerissa manipulates and rips things up.
Sometimes I think Lena could make the cups jump off the table of their own accord. When she met your girl, she started brushing her hair without me telling her to. She started cleaning her nails. It was a relief.
When she met your girl, she started to glow. Somebody thought it was wonderful. Somebody saw things the same way.
I blame myself. If we'd been decently married, Bobby would have been a normal, healthy boy. And Lena would never have got sick. I don't blame Len. He's only a man. I should have been strong.
I blame God.
The lockhouse, day. Colin enters carrying an open letter. He looks like the cat that got the cream.
Hello.
Guess what?
What?
It paid off.
Oh, darling!
Cambridge, at last!
Oh, well done!
So, when I go back in September, you can make your way discreetly to Joburg and no bones broken, right?
I must phone Dougie at the showrooms.
He's sure he's the one, Mary. Really, truly sure.
He knows how to handle me, Colin. And remember, he's prepared to take on Nerissa too. Poor Nerissa, she won't know what's hit her.
The Christchurch Showgrounds, night. A prize-winning cow, sleek, black and white, doe-eyed, a rosette pinned to its halter in a pen. Lena and Nerissa in school uniform inspect it.
Kim Novak. Joan Crawford. Kim Novak's a Guernsey. I told them I was at choir practice.
I just walked out. I'm not speaking to her. Mum's fault. She telephoned school. God knows what she said.
We think it's best to separate you two for a little while.
They walk across the grass, dangling their hats by the elastic. Nerissa digs in her blazer pocket, produces a lipstick, hands it to Lena.
Cherries a la mode. Lovely.
She applies it.
Lovely.
Then Nerissa applies it. They walk past a revivalist's tent where a band plays, a woman beating the tambourine, Lena puts on a flaunting, sexy walk for the woman's outraged benefit.
Hallelujah.
They come to a booth with extraordinary pictures painted on the shuttered sides. A freak show. As yet, no customers. A seedy man touts a roll of tickets.
Come on, girls. Give yourself a treat. Come and see the bearded lady. And come and see the two-headed calf. Take a look at the alligator boy. You'd never believe it unless you saw it.
Inside the freak show, an elderly woman sits in a rocking chair, knitting at a grey, shapeless garment. The interior of the tent is in darkness but for a bulb over her head. She sports a neat Van Dyke moustache and imperial.
It's false. Pull it.
Lena leans forward and tugs. Tears well out of the woman's eyes, but she doesn't move or speak.
Sorry.
Another light goes on. It lights up a two-headed calf lying on a heap of straw.
Blimey.
The other lights go off. A third goes on. The alligator boy swims in a glass tank. He raises an arm to show them the scales.
Touch me. Touch me. Put your hand in and touch me.
He rolls over onto his back.
Touch me here.
Go on. Do you? Go on.
Nervous, reluctant, disgusted, Nerissa extends her hand towards the glass tank.
Oh my god! Oh, I'm glad we saw them though. Because that's what we are. Freaks. Not like other people. Freaks.
But they were ugly.
You can be a beautiful freak. We are. We're beautiful freaks.
The Lock House. Night. Nerissa tiptoes towards her mother's bedroom, carrying the lipstick she has borrowed. Nerissa's point of view through the doorway, Mary and Quinn, unclothed, in bed together, in mid-giggle at the sight of Nerissa. Each holds an empty glass.
Oh. Hello. I need some new shoes. £50 would cover it.
Oh, game's up.
Come and sit down, darling, and have some champagne. Dougie is going to be your stepfather.
What?
We're getting out of this damn backwater pretty sharpish. We'll find a boarding school with locked wards to cope with you, young lady.
But you'll come to us in the holidays. We'll have a big house with servants and a swimming pool, wonderful sunshine. You'll like it, I promise. You might even condescend to smile from time to time.
You're not taking me to California, are you?
Whatever made you think of California? We're off to South Africa. Much nicer.
But Lena and I are going to Hollywood. We've been saving up for ages.
Hollywood?
Nerissa rushes to the dressing table, seizes a lipstick.
No, you can't stop me.
She makes huge slashing marks, crisscross on the mirror.
We'll let nothing stand in our way.
She cancels out the image in the mirror with violent bloody strokes. Mary and Quinn in bed, thunderstruck.
Nothing. Do you hear? Nothing.
Yes, it's me. I don't believe it. Oh, God. Tell me it isn't true. Yes, all right. It's never too late for that.
Night. The cathedral square is deserted. Iron grills on the cinema entrances. Lena, in blackberry and split skirt, looks round the square. Heavily made up, she looks feral and a little mad. Nothing doing in the square. She cuts down an alley. A figure emerges from the shadows, following. She slows down, deliberately. Down by the river, Lena ducks under a weeping willow and turns to face her pursuer. His face is hidden by shadows. He is much bigger than she is. Ceremoniously, he opens his shirt. His torso is wonderfully carved and ornamented, elaborately, beautifully tattooed. The branches shift. Moonlight floods his face. It too is elaborately tattooed, a beautiful face, beautifully decorated, although not according to our standards of beauty. Lena's face with the beginnings of joy in it. For once, life is living up to her expectations. Wash day in the Ball kitchen. Steam comes from a boiler on the gas ring. Mrs. Ball, hair and scarf, throws clothes into the boiler from a clothes basket and stirs them round with a wooden paddle. She picks up a pair of white cotton knickers. She pauses, scrutinizes them carefully. She does not drop them into the boiler.
Oh, God.
Clutching the washing paddle, she rushes out. Jean and Lena's bedroom. Jean, dressed in front of the mirror, scours face powder out of a gilt compact onto her face. Lena, still in pyjamas, sits on the side of the bed, dragging a comb through her hair.
What are you up to?
What are you up to? Mum! Hold on, Mum! I'll kill you for that. Sneaking out at night. I'll leave home. I'm going to Hollywood.
Lena.
News to me. Narissa's going to be a big star. I'm going to write scripts for her. Write, produce, direct. I'm going to Hollywood with Narissa. She cares about me more than any of you do.
She dives under the covers. Mrs. Ball steps forward. Jean gives her a warning look.
Mum! I'm sorry I hit you, Lena. I only hit you because I was upset. I don't want you to get into trouble, Lena.
One good thing, she won't get into that kind of trouble with Narissa Locke.
Oh, Jean.
The Ball kitchen. Mrs. Ball throws the offending garment into the boiler. Lena, ready for school, comes into the kitchen, red-eyed.
Better get some breakfast. Mum, I've got £30 saved up.
Oh?
Give me the rest of the fare. I could be happy in Hollywood. With Narissa.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
School toilets. Row of cubicles. Row of sinks. Deserted. Lena comes in. Looks around. A cubicle door opens. Narissa comes out.
Oh, Lena! Oh.
It's Mum's fault they won't let us sit together. She telephoned to school. She hates me. She beat me with the washing paddle. She won't give me a penny, and it's urgent now. We've got to run away before they whisk you off to South Africa.
They want to send me to a convent to get rid of me. They can get rid of me by giving us the fares.
My mother, she's the real problem. She'd lock me up before she'd let me go. She's standing in the way of our happiness.
Their eyes meet. They exchange the same transfigured look that they did when they first saw one another in the school chapel.
It has to look like an accident.
There's a place we take Bob's for picnics. It's the perfect place for an accident. It's way up in the hills.
So high up that people look like ants.
Think of it this way. That we've got to write the script for the perfect murder. And then we've got to stick to it. And then we'll be free.
The Ball backyard, day. Mrs. Ball is taking dry washing from the line and stowing it in a basket. Lena, in school blazer, approaches her mother from behind and kisses her under the ear.
Oh!
Sorry, Mum.
I should hope so.
I was just upset about Nerissa going to South Africa. I shall miss her, but after all, it isn't the end of the world.
And what's all this silly talk about Hollywood?
Just a girl's dream. Mum, Friday's a half holiday. As a special treat, because she's been such a good friend, could you take us up to the Kashmir Hills?
Mr. and Mrs. Ball lie in bed together, sedate, dignified, terribly married.
So I said yes. What else could I say?
Thank God she stopped acting up.
She said, let's show Nerissa our special place, where we take Bobby. I suppose that girl has been a good influence in the long run.
But her face is unbearably sad.
What's the matter, lovey?
What did I do wrong, Dad?
In Sunday clothes, sensible shoes, Mrs. Ball walks through the square past the cinemas. Lena, in school clothes, minus hat, holds her arm. Quinn comes to the door of the Rover showroom and follows them thoughtfully with his eyes until he sees Nerissa, also in school uniform, running forward excitedly to greet them. A tram arrives, blocking his view. Quinn, looking thoughtful and troubled, turns away from the door. The tram stops.
Thank you.
The girls stand back courteously to allow Mrs. Ball to climb into the tram.
Thank you, driver.
Have you got it? Yes.
Lena pats her bulging pocket.
Come on, girls.
The tram crosses the railway tracks, leaving the city. The girls sit together, Mrs. Ball in the seat in front of them, her back to them.
Look.
Nerissa leans over towards Lena, and Lena opens her pocket to show Nerissa the murder weapon, as slyly as if it were a dirty picture. Outside, the tea room in the park. The girls come out of the tea room, followed by Mrs. Ball.
Thanks for the tea.
Ollie passes with his axe on his shoulder. The sight of him sends them into fits. They are in a state of great, barely suppressed excitement. It is cold and grey. Mrs. Ball shivers as she inspects the afternoon, pulls her coat tight. Both girls dance ahead up the path as if released from a spell. Mrs. Ball follows more slowly, walking as if her feet hurt in spite of her sensible shoes. A heavy, middle-aged, sad-faced woman walking towards her own death. She has a great deal of dignity as she grits her teeth and follows the mad girls. Mrs. Ball is nearing the picnic spot. The girls have disappeared. They are hiding in the bushes. Mrs. Ball walks sturdily into the distance. In the distance, we see her fall. She falls as if it were inevitable she should fall. She falls heavily on her face. The girls have tripped her up. The girls have leapt out from behind the bushes where they have hidden themselves. They kick her into the bushes that will conceal her body. Her face is badly grazed. Her hat has fallen off. She raises herself up on her arms, looks round, dazed. Lena brings the murder weapon out of her pocket. It is a brick wrapped in one of her mother's own lisle stockings.
Lena! I can't stop now!
Close up on Mrs. Ball's face. Stoical, accepting, resigned, even forgiving. Freeze on her face.
It was produced and directed by Fiona McAlpine and was an Allegra production for BBC Radio 4.